Good morning, students. In this video, we will continue with the legend from Hawaii, the gift of Ku. Let's recall first what we have learnt in our previous video explanation. The legend gift of Ku belongs to which place? Okay, yes, it's Hawaii. Which word represents the ancestral guardian spirits in Hawaii? What was that word, children? Yes, Omakua. Who was the male and female power of heaven and earth? Try to recall. Yes, it was Ku and Hina. Very good. About which tree we are talking in this story? What was the name of that tree or that fruit? Yes, it was breadfruit tree, and what we are going to call that fruit as? Ulu. Yes, very good. Next, what unfavorable condition arise after many years? What was the difficult time? What kind of situation arises? Yes, it was famine. Okay, then now let's learn how the Hawaiian peoples overcome this terrible famine. What solution Ku and his wife find out? Now we will start our reading with page number 63. Ku told his wife that he could help provided she supported him. He said he would have to go far away, never to return. Children, when Ku's wife asked him, is there any way who can help or anyone who can help them to overcome this famine? That time Ku told her that he could help in this situation, to overcome this situation, but only in one condition. And what was that condition? That he have to leave his family forever, never to return. Next, she looked into his eyes, so full of compassion. Compassion means with very kindness and concern, with a heart heavier than she had ever known before. When Ku told his wife, children, that he can help only when he will go far and never he will return back. So that time when she heard this, she got very sad. It's very difficult for her to decide or to allow her husband to go forever, never to return. Let's see what she decided. Okay. She turned to look at her children, tired and listless. Listless means with very less energy. And the other people in their extended family whose shoulders slumped with hopelessness, means every people was very sad. She saw the barren fields all around them. Barren means the land with no greenery, nothing is there, no plants. With sorrow she finally spoke. So it was really very difficult for her to allow her husband to go forever. So what she did, she looked, means when she was trying to decide now, she looked back on the faces of her starving children and other villagers, and with very heavy heart she said, what she said, see, Ku, I have vowed to love you no matter what happens. I will always love you, and now I must let you go. So she said to her husband that, Ku, I promise you to love you in every difficult situation, and I will help you, I will be always with you. Now as it is the time, demand to allow you to go far, so for the benefit of all the villagers. So although I am in pain, but then also I am giving permission, means I am allowing you to go, as all villagers are suffering from hunger. Next, the family watched as Ku stood tall and erect, his feet planted firmly on the land. Gradually, he began to sink down into the ground, as though the earth was swallowing him up. Soon, all that remained was the top of Ku's head. The family kept a vigil means careful watch, by the spot where he had buried himself, sitting through the long night, watching and waiting. Children, after getting permission from his wife, Ku went to an open ground, and his feet getting inside the ground, as the earth is swallowing him all swallowing him, means getting down. And all family members were very shocked when they saw that Ku is getting inside the ground. So they all watched all this is carefully, and the whole night they were watching that particular place where the Ku got buried on the earth. And for the whole night they all were sitting there only looking at the area. Let's continue with the next page, page 64. With the glowing light of early morning, they noticed a slight shifting of the soil where Ku was buried in the earth. A tiny green shoot suddenly sprouted from the spot where Ku's head had been. Children, on the next morning, what happened? That they suddenly saw that a small shoot where the Ku got buried, from that particular place only, where only head was there, from that head was changing into a small shoot. It was arised where it was the Ku get buried. Next, the family watched with wonder as the plant grew swiftly up and up, branching out as though the reaching for every star. Thousands of shining green leaves unfurled, and soon this magnificent means huge, tree was covered with hundreds of ulu, the nutritious breadfruit, swinging gracefully from its strong branches. The family members all were very surprised when they saw that that head is changing into a shoot, and within few minutes that shoot get grown in such a speed that it is trying to reach to the sky, just like that. And that whole tree was within few minutes covered with hundreds of fruits. And what was name of that fruit? That fruit was ulu, means that tree was completely filled with the fruits. Now the Ku's body is changed into that tree. Next, a farmer was walking mournfully means very sadly, in a full grief, there through nearby field, when he suddenly noticed the breadfruit tree in the distance. He let out a cry and ran shouting, "Everyone look at the field. Come and see the giant tree where none was before." Students, at the same time, a farmer was passing from that nearby area in a who was very sad. When he saw this huge tree full of fruits, he started shouting and called other villagers. He said that no tree was present over here, as it was the situation of famines. Then they all were surprised from where this tree arise. Next, the people ran with excitement to the tree. They found Ku's wife sitting under the ulu tree, with her children standing over her, and the villagers forming a great circle around the family. Ku's wife then heard her husband's voice inside her head, and she closed her eyes to listen to him. He told her wife, "My body is the trunk of this tree, and my arms are the branches. My hands are the leaves, and my head is the fruit. The heart inside each fruit holds the memory of my words. Roast the fruit well, remove the skin, and then you and our children shall eat." And so she did. When the villager shouted, all the villagers gathered nearby the tree, and they found Ku's family sitting just below the tree. Suddenly, Ku's wife, she felt that her husband wants to talk to him. So she closed her eyes and listened his voice carefully. He told his wife that his body is the trunk. Just now I told you that Ku's body changed into a completely grown up tree filled with fruits. So Ku told his wife that his body is the trunk of this tree, and his arms are the branches of this tree, and his hands are the leaves, and his head is the fruit of the tree. He said that in every fruit he had their memories. Okay. And he told the way how to eat this fruit. He asked his wife to roast the fruit well. Firstly, to roast the fruit, then remove the skin, and then serve it to their children. And so Ku's wife did as instructed by her husband. Next, but when people from the village began grabbing for Ulu, suddenly the entire tree was sucked swiftly back into the ground with a swoosh. Means when other peoples of the village, they try to take the fruit, as they all were hungry, na? So, but when they try, the tree again goes back inside the earth. Only when their outstretched hands were lowered, did the tree grow back to its full size. A murmur, means a whisper, was heard among the crowd, but all became quiet when it was seen that Ku spoke to his wife once again. They all were surprised why it is happening like this, that only Ku's wife able to take the fruit, and if other villagers try, then the tree go back inside the earth. At the same time, again Ku's wife felt that her husband want to talk to him, and she again heard him say, "Carefully dig up the new shoots around my trunk and share them with our extended family and friends." And so she did. So again Ku's wife talked to her husband, and she Ku told her that, "Dig up, take the shoots from my trunk and give it to our other villagers or family members, okay, and family and friends, so that they will plant it and they can take the fruits from that trees." Next, these sprouts were planted all around the districts. These grew just as fast as the first tree had grown up and up, filling the sky with glistening leaves and plump, ripe fruits. Offshoots from these trees were shared with other friends and family, as well as those in the neighboring villages. So, as Ku instructed his wife that to give shoots to other villagers also and family and friends, so she had given the shoots to everyone, and they planted all these shoots to different areas, and now in every places they had this breadfruit tree full of fruits. That tree means when other peoples also planted, the tree grown in that speed only, and within few minutes they get a full grown tree completely filled with fruits. And so this helps to overcome the famine situation, okay. Whatever that hungerness was there, they all get fruit. Now they all were very happy, and they also shared it with the neighboring villages also. Now the breadfruit trees flourished and soon spread across the land, and everyone had ulu to eat. And so this was the gift of Ku. People decided that they would always remember to show how grateful they were to share in the riches of the earth. Now in this way, student, the breadfruit tree, they get flourished. Prospered means how it spread it from one area to another. Okay. Everyone had ulu to eat, and so they all overcome the difficult situation, famine. And this was said to be the gift of Ku. Students, as I told you in the beginning of the chapter explanation, that this story teaches us the value of sacrifice as well as the value of preservation. And I hope now you understood what kind of sacrifice we had learned in this. The sacrifice done by Ku as well as his family, okay, for all the benefits of human beings, and how they share, means the value of preservation, means how they share the breadfruit shoots to every area so that it will be preserved, okay, and our future generations will be safe. I hope you all understood the chapter. Explain.